An intelligent migration is the ability to surface greater insight into your data that helps you plan your migration. What is it that I need to really be concerned about in order to plan a very efficient migration? Like, I want to surface all the resumes that might have sensitive information in them so I can make sure that when I do the migration, I'm putting them in a place that is secure and where they belong and where I can find them.
Compared to a traditional lift and shift migration where you're picking up and moving content as is to a new repository as is, you're leveraging attributes of the content and all sorts of data points around type of content, size of content, age of content, how the content's being accessed to determine where that content should be living in the new repository. Ultimately, end user experience and productivity, security should all be improved compared to a lift and shift migration. You're learning from the past and solving problems that exist in the current environment versus just perpetuating those in the new environment.
Almost every customer that we talk to, one of the first questions they ask is, I'm starting on this journey to migrate my company's important data into a new environment. What do I have? Where is it? How sensitive is it? Right? So it's a common theme throughout all of our customers and the marketplace is the need for that greater insight and understanding of what I have before I start doing anything. They want to know their data.
Organizations that operate in regulated industries such as healthcare, life sciences, financial services, right, that are managing more sensitive information by nature, clearly would see, you believe, more benefit from a solution like this. But at the end of the day, any type of organization is managing sensitive content, at least for their employees, right? I mean, everybody has HR information, PII, PHI, payroll information, resumes from hiring and recruiting. It's fair to think that everybody has a need for a solution like this. However, larger, more regulated organizations that are global, that have a lot of local regulations to abide by when it comes to GDPR and CCPA and country-specific data privacy regulations. I think we're going to probably see more and more of those pop up over time, right? So it's just really kind of just the beginning when it comes to taking control of this type of challenge. So there's many clear benefits to intelligent migration. I think that everybody would agree that it's the right way to do things compared to just moving everything from one place to the other. Understanding what you have enables you to make decisions.
So for example, if you know something is very important to the business and needs to be shared and accessed on a regular basis, you might put that in one particular repository, right? But if you find that there's other data that is not readily accessed all the time, and maybe it's less important to the business, you could put that in a cheaper storage option. There's ways to optimize your cost of the migration. You might find that there's other data that you can just delete, right, and not move at all. So that could also save you on the back end.
The next layer comes around security and risk and compliance and ensuring that content is being managed appropriately, right? Records need to be retained for a certain period of time, for example, and you need to reside in a system that can manage that retention. So if you don't know where records are, or if you have records living on say a network file server where there's really no ability to manage retention, right, in a sophisticated fashion, you're kind of set up for failure.
The people that care about data privacy and compliance, there's tremendous benefit, right? Because you're surfacing that sensitive data and who has access up front so that you can better protect the organization on the back end.
When it comes to the execution, it's very automated, right? So you don't need to babysit the technology and manually configure a million jobs, right? That's what the artificial intelligence will do for you. You just tell it what you want it to do.
There's cost savings in the fact that we can reduce the number of platforms you have to use to manage your unstructured, risky data. There's a cost savings in terms of the avoidance of fines, right? So if we can help you do a better job, which we do, in complying to state and federal mandates, the penalties can either be avoided completely or they can be reduced. So there's a number of benefits, but it's all around helping companies manage and reduce their financial risk and exposure.
Yeah, we talk to organizations all the time that they're more or less feel forced into doing lift and shift and in the end regret the decision, right? And if you have the time and the partner and the technology, I think it's clear that everybody would prefer to execute an intelligent migration. The benefits are clear.